Now here we are going to look at how to install Moodle, and then we will be looking at how to use the Moodle. So in our case we are going to download one VM from this bitnami.com site. So we will open this site and we will go to the applications. Now when you are going to click on application, it is going to show you application catalog where different virtual machines or a Docker container or lot of things are available, but here we are interested in VMs. So what we are going to do, we will click on virtual machines. Now VMs are available of lot of technology, but what we are interested in Moodle. So we will search for the Moodle. So when we are going to type little bit about Moodle, so it is going to show that Bitnami LMS powered by this Moodle LMS. So we are going to click on this. So it is going to show you the virtual machines, which virtual machines are available. Now 3 versions are available. Latest one is 4.20. So we are going to download. If you are interested in little older version, that also available, this version 413 and 408. So what is the size? Approximately 520 MB the file is there. So what we are going to do, we are going to download this file. Then what we can do, we are going to import this or open this file in VMware or VirtualBox. In our case we will be launching our Moodle by using a VirtualBox. So in our case what we are going to do, we will click on this download. Then it is going to ask whether you want to sign with the Google Data or Microsoft. So what we are going to do, we are going to say no thanks, just take me to that download. Now what we are going to do, we are going to download, but in our case we have already downloaded this into our one E drive in Linux folder. So we will cancel this. That means now in our case what we have got, that OVA file available. Now in this OVA file, Linux is there, your Moodle is there. That means whole LAMP stack plus Moodle is there. So what we need to just do, we just need to go to our Oracle VirtualBox, and what we are going to do, we are going to say file, import appliance. Now which appliance we want to import? So in our case what we are going to do, we will go to the E drive, and in E drive, in whatever folder we have downloaded, we will click on this, and then we are going to specify the image, that OVA file that we are going to import. So we will say open. So then we are going to specify next. So now it is going to ask for certain settings. So name, what name you want to keep for the machine. So we will say we want to name it as Bitnami Moodle, or simply you can say we want to name it as a Moodle. So we will specify this. Then how much RAM you want to give, we will keep it at the default 1024, or you can change that also. So what are the other settings? We will keep the defaults, and where it is going to install, in our case C drive. So then what we have to just say, we are going to say import. So it is going to say that please read the license and then agree. So we will agree with, or you can go into the detail at this link. In our case we are just going to say we agree. Now what it will do, it will start importing that virtual machine, and it will take just a few seconds. Then what we will do, we will just click on the tab that we are going to get here. In our case we are going to get that Moodle tab, and we are going to say start. But before that we are going to check certain settings. So in this case what it is doing, it is importing. So it has imported. So we will click on this, we will go to the settings. So here you can again change the name here. It is a type of operating system is Linux, and it is version is of Debian type. You can select display settings, but for us network settings are important, so we will keep it as bridge option, and this is the default. So what then we are going to say? Okay, then we are going to say start. Now it will start initializing that machine. So here we are going to it will start running, so we will increase the size, and in view we are going to say scale mode. So we will click on this. Now it is going to show certain menu. Now what will happen? Because when they have given us the OVA file, it is basically a Linux, Moodle is installed on a Linux distribution. So we need two type of credentials. One, we need to have Linux credential, like suppose we want to install ourselves the whole thing, that means Linux, then Apache, then MySQL or MariaDB, then PHP, then Moodle. What we have to do? First we need to install the Linux. When we are going to install the Linux, we need to specify username and password. So here also, when these people, Bitnami people, they created, they specify the username as a Bitnami, and they have given the password also as a Bitnami, which we can change. So if we have to log in as a you can say as a some user, what user we are going to use, we will be specifying that Bitnami is the user, and what is the password? Password is also Bitnami, which we can change. But this was the username and password combination for logging into this Linux machine. But in this Moodle is also installed, or some other application might be there. That application will be having its own password and username also. So normally the username is your user, and the password is automatically generated. And please remember, when you are downloading, you can follow the instructions also. That means from where we have downloaded, it is going to say tell you also about the credential. That means by default for Linux the username is Bitnami and password is also, and for application the login is your user, and you can follow these instructions to retrieve your password. But we will see how we are going to retrieve that password. In our case, we are going to note down that password, so it is going to take a little bit time. So it is initializing. Now what we are going to get, we will get one link, and or we are going to get one address, and what we will do, we will go to some of our browser. It could be Firefox or anything. Then what we will do, we will type that IP address, and then we will specify the username as a user and password. Now we are going to note down this username, and if we want to log in here, what will be the username? It will be Bitnami, and password will also be Bitnami. So here what we are going to do, we will what is the address? 192.168.1.22. So we will go to some browser. So in our case, let us see in which browser we want to go. So in our case, we will open this Firefox browser again, and which address we are going to specify? HTTP 192.168, whatever is the address. So let us check what is the address. So in our case the address is 1.22. so we will go to the browser 1.22. so when we are going to click on this, what it is going to say, it will give you the front page of that, the default home page of our Moodle. So what we are going to do, we are going to log in. Now as a which user we are going to log in? We are going to log in as a Bitnami user, as a user, and password we are going to note down. And if we have to log in as on a Linux system. Here what we are going to specify bitnami and bitnami. That we are going to see in next video.